Hey Simlies, it's Deligracy here, and today we are working on a tiny house build. I don't know, I like doing tiny house builds just because I feel like they're a little bit of a challenge. You've got to try and fit everything into a nice little small space. And I also like the fact that they're kind of a trend right now, and there's people all around the world kind of getting on this bandwagon of living in tiny houses, and I think it's awesome because obviously it uses less resources and uses up less space. And I don't know, I think this is something that's going to become more and more common in the world, in different countries and whatnot, because the world is growing and our resources are running out. And I love them. I think they're great. So I decided to do another one today. I also want to do a traditional one, or a more traditional one, but this one's another contemporary. You guys know I love contemporary builds. I don't know, I just love them. And I was working on a big contemporary build before I did this that I kind of got sick of. So I was like, I'm just going to do a mini one. And I've used a really fun technique with some wall plants / shelving / piping. You'll see in a little bit, but basically I've got 3 objects, put them together to create some really nice modern wall decor. So that's kind of fun. I also liked the idea of this house being lifted up a little bit. And I think when you're building such a little house, it gives it a little bit more character if you lift it up a bit, and it also seems a little bit more sturdy and solid. Otherwise, it kind of looks like a cubby house. Next door to this lot, we actually built a cubby house on a live stream the other day, and that's straight on the ground, because when I put it on a foundation, it actually looked like it was a proper house. So I don't know, that's just something that I do. But while I made this house, I had in my head that either a single dad and his daughter or a single mum and her daughter would live here. So there's going to actually be two bedrooms, 2 bedrooms in this tiny, small space. So that was kind of a fun challenge. The last tiny house build I did definitely just had 1 bedroom. So yeah, it's kind of cool. And here we are about to make that wall decor that I was telling you guys about. So we're placing all the shelves. They're the new metal ones that came with the Sims 4 Dine Out. I love them because they're shiny, and I love shiny things. And I actually thought, they kind of look like they need something along the side of them. So here I am actually using some piping from the Sims 4 Get Together to give them a more, I guess, finished and refined look. And then I'm just placing some of the wall plants from the Sims 4 Get Together underneath them, so it's actually used as a plant ladder. And I think this looks really cool. It's really sleek, shiny, yet also nice and green, and obviously that is a very contemporary approach to gardens on your house instead of in your backyard. So that's kind of cool. And the other really nice thing about it is that if you were doing an apartment build or something like that, you could use this as a way of creating privacy. So you could cover up windows with the greenery and just have bits of light coming in and a lot of greenery when you look out your window. So I thought that was kind of cool too. We're using timber for the flooring around the house just because I don't know. I think this house needed to still be soft and friendly with the metal on the outside, and I felt like concrete was a bit harsh for the flooring, so we just used a bit of wood there, keeping it almost maybe giving it a little bit of a beach feel. But then again, it's very suburban, isn't it? So maybe not. I don't know. I just like the wood. And originally I thought we'd have a white door, but no, we went for the grey. And now is the fun part of actually trying to figure out where to put everything. The layout. Although this is like I don't know. I love the whole part of doing a tiny build, but I do love the challenge of figuring out the layout. So it was pretty easy to figure out where the bathroom was going to go. So I put that straight in and I actually completely forgot about it. So before the screenshots, I finished it off beyond what it is now. But if you do want to download this house off the Sims 4 gallery under my username Deligracy, you might need to just add a couple of decor items in there because it looks pretty bland on the uploaded version. The thing that I was trying to do here was actually have the double bedroom on this side with this side of the house with like a wardrobe in that top left corner. I didn't think that was quite right in the end because I decided that I wanted to include a kid's bedroom as well, and it just wasn't going to fit. So we're just kind of working it out, rearranging it. I love these crisp white tiles for the flooring. I love that. And we are going to introduce some colored walls as well. But one of the things I do like about this build is that we make use of the glass canopies from The Sims 4 Get Together over the beds. So even though we're using 3/4 walls or the walls that aren't quite, they're actually higher than 3/4, but they're like, I don't know, a little bit off full height, so there's still a gap above them. You can still feel a lot of privacy because you have these wall or ceiling covers or canopies over the top of you when you're sleeping in the bed. It's like a little cozy hideout. So I've done that for the kids' bedroom and the adults' bedroom, and you'll see that. You'll see that in a little while. We're actually going to change the orientation of this slightly because I was like, where am I going to put the couch and where's the lounge room going to be? And in the end, I was like, you know what? We don't actually need a lounge room. We need the bare basics, which is going to be a bathroom, a kitchen, a dining area, and entertainment can be, it's not, I don't know. I never use my TV. My TV is just here for boy Deligracy. I literally bought it just for him so he can watch the footy. And what else does he watch? Football and cricket. Such a guy. So he can watch that when he comes over. But I never use my TV. So one of the things I love about my TV that isn't actually anything to do with this build, but actually tucks way into a nice little cupboard so I don't have to look at it when I don't use it. I love that. But for this build, I actually put the TV so if you want to watch it, you lie on the master bed. And that was my way of solving the space issue for that. But if you wanted to prioritize a lounge room, you could probably get rid of the little dining area, put a lounge in there, and then you could eat food on the lounge. I don't know. This kitchen, I wanted it. Oh my God, did I just say tit? I wanted tit. I don't want a tit. Okay, I'll go. Oh gosh. Oh no. This recording just got real awkward. What I'm trying to say is I wanted this kitchen to be very industrial looking. I wanted the metal shelves to be included in the kitchen. I love matching some aspects of the outdoors to the indoors, so that's what I decided to do. And you'll also notice I've used a lot of full-length mirrors in this house. And my reason for that is because little spaces, well, that's exactly what they are. They are little space. So you want to be able to open up that space as much as you can with a few techniques. This definitely is a thing in real life. One way to do that is to have mirrors because it adds like a false dimension of space to the house. And my little studio apartment, which some of you guys have seen parts of on Instagram, Snapchat, and a couple of videos, live streams, you guys know there's a lot of mirrors in here, and because it's such a small space, it really helps to make it bigger, and I appreciate that. So that's why I used it in this build, and I like it. I like it. Me likey. So here's the TV going in, and again, we're going to bring a little bit of the outdoors indoors with a shelving area under the TV, and then we're going to use some piping to really make that shelving unit look like it's very securely on the wall and built in. So in The Sims, some of the furnishings don't look very permanent. They're all like, okay, we're going to place a wardrobe. It's not a built-in wardrobe until The Sims 4 Get Together came, when we did get walk-in wardrobes, but like, generally, a lot of things are just like placed objects. They're not really built into your house. So sometimes it's nice to experiment with the decor items to really, I don't know, make it seem more realistic, make it seem more real. Just real. Just keeping it real. And by the way, just in case you guys aren't liking those yellow walls, we do get rid of them very soon because I feel like I've done that before with that doona cover. We need more doona covers or duvets, whatever you want to call them, or bed comforters. Bed comforters, such a funny term. Sounds so weird to us, but I bet half of you guys who aren't from Australia would be like, doona? What's a doona, mate? Anyways, using a bed from the new Sims Kids Room Stuff Pack. It's a little bit cute. I was kind of looking at using some aqua walls, but it was a little bit, I don't know, I'm getting itchy. I really don't like these same old color defaults that we have had since the base game. I feel like I really would have wanted way more color swatches by now. Like, I don't understand why color swatches are so limited. We get maybe 2 to 10 color swatch options, and it's like that doesn't give me a lot to work with, especially when I have to be matching it to other color swatches, and most of the time they don't match. It's just really difficult to be super creative in the game. So I don't know. I just really hope that they fix it, or they just not really fix it because it is how the game is, but if they can just modify it and add a little bit more to the game, I would really appreciate it. Really good. I don't need the whole creator style from The Sims 3. I don't need to be able to choose textures and stuff. I just want some more colors. And I don't understand why it's so hard. I want someone to explain it to me. Maybe that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to email The Sims and be like, please explain to me why this is not a thing. The frustrations are real. Okay, so now we basically have the general layout of the house. And you guys are kind of probably wondering, why did you use not full walls when they're basically almost a full wall? Why are they like smaller? And I guess I wanted this house to have a little bit of a temporary feel about it, that maybe those walls could be easily knocked down to renovate it, to expand it. Maybe it's the type of house that can be moved easily on a truck or something. It's so weird when you see like a full-on house driving past you on the highway. You know how people put whole houses on trucks, or they like cut them in half, and you're like, what? So cool. Does anyone live in a house that was delivered on a truck? I would really like to know. Do comment down below. And these are some new wallpapers from the Sims 4 Dine Out game pack, and they're really nice. I love that they have a bit of silver on them, and that, you know, goes really nicely with the piping and industrial feel. Just that little element of shiny panels on there. And I decided to put some peachy pink watermelon colors with the very vibrant sky blue. So those colors, they are pretty like, whoa, and I wouldn't have them in my own house. But I think for this build, they're nice as something different to experiment with, and easily changed if you would prefer to have something different. In the kids' bedroom, we're just going to put some toys underneath the shelves. And for some reason, I was really, really struggling to pick toys. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I was like, oh no. So I'm just, popping them all in, getting some, what is that, a clock? Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't think I end up using this clock. It looked too juvenile for this house. It didn't quite go with the color scheme, so I didn't use it. I really want to use those clocks though. Yeah. And now I finally got to pick which toys I wanted to use. So we're just kind of putting them at the ends of the bed. And I'd imagine your kids, you'd probably put a lot of their toys outside to play with, as opposed to inside the house. And this is the bed canopy I was telling you guys about. And I love the fact that it the glass matches the blue wall on the other side. And when we do it to the master bedroom, we're actually going to match the glass to the grey wall, which is kind of nice too. So that's like a little bed canopy, and I love it. It feels a little bit more private, and yeah, it's just, I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool. And there's a computer desk in there, so I don't know, you could easily put the bed where the desk is and section it off, remove the desk and the dining area, and put a lounge there if you wanted to. but I didn't think a lounge was that important for me, for my Sims, so I didn't do that. I think when you do a tiny house build, you kind of have to prioritize. That's the trick, prioritizing. Or you can just be a badass builder and fit everything in, but it makes it less tiny. All right, so this is the master bedroom canopy going over the top of the master bed, and it's got that grey look about it. I kind of wanted to put a tree behind the bed, but I thought maybe it was a little bit childish, so I decided to go with just like a painting or something, nothing too exciting. And I was going to put that painting there, but I was like, no, we need this as the entrance feature wall. I do like a good entrance to a house. A good entrance is nice. It's nice. And that box with the mirror behind it and the flower in it, it's like a box shelf. Those are huge. They're like a really big object in The Sims 4. I feel like they're a little oversized. Like every time I pull it out, I feel like it's been increased in size using the bracket keys, not the original object size, but it is the original. Anyway, it's interesting though. And we are actually going to spend quite a little bit of time refining the lighting around the house too. So we're going to put it into night mode in a second, and it's not going to be called the Comfy Cubby, by the way. We changed the name of that. So I can't believe I had that info panel up for so long. Oh well, at least you guys can see the lot value going up and up and up. And obviously you could have made this more of a starter home, but I just wanted to go all out. I think I might actually do a base game starter home build again for those of you guys who are starting to get The Sims, so you have something your Sim can move straight into without any expansions. Might actually do that. I think I've done that before. I think I have, but good to have another one. And yeah, just making the blue walls, keeping it nice, bright and vibrant, using some paintings there from some newer stuff packs or game packs. And I thought it was important to have a couple of skill building items as well. So we have a guitar there. We also have a painting there and a couple of rugs as well, in case your tootsies get a little bit cold on those tiles. Or you could just get underground heating, but I've never had that. So if you guys have floor heating, you guys are so lucky. Lucky ducks. And here we are doing all of that lighting around the outside. I've just chosen some of these square lights from the Wellbeing stuff pack. There's some really handy items I use a lot from that stuff pack, and we're also using the floor lights from the base game that are usually associated with pools, so they can always be used on your exterior as well. And just a couple of nice base game lights at the front of the house too, which, I don't know, they just finish off the house really nicely. They're kind of like the cherry on top. It will also put a couple of wall lights inside as well, because it's looking a little bit dark in some of the areas. I also enjoyed putting some lighting behind the green foliage on the outside of the house. You guys probably saw a little bit of that just then. But in a second, we are going to go into the screenshots so you guys can see the final product. But anyways, this is the exterior. It's very contemporary, like I said. I love this wall decor. I think it's a nice trick I've discovered that you guys are more than welcome to use. Probably other people have discovered it too, but I'm going to claim it because I'm a proud simmer right now. Proud builder, and a little chimney up the top, even though we don't have a fireplace, because I just like a good chimney. Also, I did use a Simley's family. I'm sorry, I didn't write your name down to credit you, but these are your Sims. You posted them under the hashtag Deligracy. If you use the hashtag Deligracy on some of your Sims uploads, I do check out that hashtag quite regularly, and sometimes I do download your creations just for a little bit of fun, and hope that you guys might see them in one of my videos if you're watching, because I don't know, I think it's just kind of a hoot and a half, and I like to be inclusive of you guys because you are simply awesome. See what I did there? And yeah, that's a dude Sim just sitting on the bed, chilling out. Decided not to turn on the TV, just checking out that spectacular view and enjoying the cozy space under the canopy, which, I don't know, I like it. I like it for a change. So it's like you're not just staring at a boring ceiling. This was the bathroom that you will get if you download it straight away. But this is just what I did. So I just put some tiles in, a mirror and all of that. And that's the floor plan. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. And I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I'll speak to you soon.